It's really important that you can clearly show someone how you can solve their problem. People don't give a shit about what it is that you offer. What they care about is how it can help them. Welcome back, Queen, to Wildly Empowered Women. I hope the last episode was super valuable. This is part 2 of how to really nail the foundations of your soulmate client and your core power statement. Your power statement is what it is that you offer to your soulmate client. So if you haven't listened to the last episode, it's actually really crucial that you do, because you need to know who you're speaking to first before you can then speak to them through your marketing and through social media to tell them how you can help. These 2 episodes are perfect for anyone in network marketing, coaching, e-commerce, anywhere where you're marketing, particularly online and through social media, and marketing to sell a product or service, and need to know and want to have clarity around who it is that you're speaking to and how to articulate really, really clearly what it is that you can offer them. As I said in the last episode, it's really important that you can clearly show someone how you can solve their problem. Every product and service in the entire world is there to solve someone's problem. It's there to bring value to their life in some way, shape, or form. And the age-old saying of necessity breeds innovation is absolutely true. The necessity comes from someone having a problem or having a need, and then an innovation follows, right? If you look at some of the best products in the world, that's how they've come about. Once you know who it is that you're speaking to, now it's time to get clear on your power statement, on what it is that you offer. You should already have an offer at this point. If you don't, then you kind of need to do that first, right? Your offer is your product or your service. Once you know who you're speaking to, the reason it's so important to articulate this really clearly is because people don't give a shit about what it is that you offer. What they care about is how it can help them. We are all in our own worlds. We all have so much going on this day and age, 2023. My God, there is a lot on people's minds and on their plates. They just want to know what's in it for them. You need to think about, how are you helping the person you want to help? The easiest way to do this is I help who achieve what. So some examples. I help burnt out network marketers earn a leveraged income online. That's me saying who I help and what they achieve. It could be I help corporate mums schedule and organize their life, right? If that was your coaching business. If you were maybe like a mindset coach, it might be I help online entrepreneurs remove limiting beliefs. That's in a line what you do, right? That's your power statement. You can take it one step further, which I generally am. I like doing this. I'm generally a fan of doing this because I feel like it makes it more clear. But I know some coaches just like to keep it quite top line of like, I help who achieve what. I like to say I help who achieve what, how. What's the how behind how they actually do it? So it could be like, I help burnt out network marketers earn a leveraged online income using automation and education. So it's actually showing you how you're getting there. Or the mindset coach example that I gave, I help online entrepreneurs remove limiting beliefs so they can 10x their business. So giving a little bit more information on the outcome or the how behind it can mean that it just strengthens the power statement a little bit more, as long as you're not going too convoluted into detail. That is one way to articulate what it is that you do. Another way to do that is, that's kind of like the masculine format that I'm going to give you. There's also a feminine format that speaks a little bit more into your vision and the, I guess, bigger reason behind what your vision is and your purpose behind your business. The format is X is what I do, Y is who I am. So X is the like really logical summary of what your offer is, and Y is like your vision and why you do what you do. So an example would be with X is what I do, Y is who I am. An example would be helping women to create an online income is what I do. Helping them be fully expressed and the highest version of themselves is who I am. So see how in that example, the X is what I do was the logical, and then the Y is who I am is really more the why behind your business, your vision. It's almost like the first sentence is the masculine And the second sentence is the feminine. So another example, if you were a coach, guiding women through a 6-week social media course is what I do. Empowering them to use these skills for a lifetime of financial sovereignty is who I am. It's like, cool, what you do is you guide them through a social media course. Your reason for doing it is actually to empower women to have financial sovereignty. That's who you are. That's your bigger purpose. So they are the two formats that I have found across years of coaching this work really well. And where you would have this is like your Instagram bio, your website, anywhere where you want to get across what it is that you offer in a really concise way that's going to speak directly to the person that you are wanting to help, you are wanting to target with your marketing, which, as I said, we went deep into in the last episode. Remember that if you don't know who you're here to serve, if you're having a content block, if you don't know what it is that you offer, actually sit down and spend the time to look at this, because I truly believe knowing who your ideal client is and knowing what it is that you offer them and being able to say this in as least amount of words possible, that is really the foundation to your business. And if you can't articulate that or communicate that properly, you've got some work to do. In the sort of pitching world, it's called your elevator pitch. And I'm going to quote this great quote, which is actually more about content, but I believe it's really relevant when it comes to your power statement, which is, if I had more time, I would have written less. And that is how you need to approach what your offer is in as little words as possible, right? Like, how can you really nail it so that it speaks directly to the right people and it's really clear to understand how you solve their problem?
Before we go on, I want to ask you a super powerful question. What would it mean to you to make decisions based on your soul rather than your bank balance? Freedom to me means having true autonomy and choice in your life to live based off your values and soul's desires, rather than what you can purely afford for you and your family or what your job requires of you. This is why I've been empowering women for the past almost 5 years to earn more with pleasure, earning your true worth without the insane hustle and with actually having choice in your life. It is so much more about how you earn rather than what you earn. If you'd like to learn more about how I mentor women to earn a time-leveraged income online, selling conscious, health-based products and learning the skills of personal branding and attraction marketing, both very sexy skills to have, then click on the link in the show notes or DM me the word info on Instagram so we can have a proper chat. I love having one-on-one convos with you savvy queens and showing you how this kind of income and our community can help you truly live wildly empowered. Big love, back to the episode.
The other tip that I'm going to give you is, if you don't know, who you're here to serve, you're having a content block, you don't really know what to say or, who your person is, have more conversations. Actually hear what other people want. Get more clear on what are the pain points of your target market. Go and actually talk to them. Be in your DMs. I'm always in my DM, apart from obviously being in a baby bubble very soon, or I could be by the time this podcast episode comes out. I'm in my DMs because I want to know if someone wants what I have to offer them, which is helping them have an online income. I want to know why. What are they trying to move away from? What are their values? What does their life look like? What have they tried before? What's their goal? Where do they want to be in 12 months' time? Where do they want to be in 3 to 5 years' time? Because I want to know, firstly, if they are a fit for me, and secondly, if they're a fit for the offer that I have. Generally, if you're confused, you're not having enough conversations with people that could be the right person for you. The other thing, that last sort of activity that I feel really can help you with both of these areas of who your ideal client is and also what your core power statement is really sitting down and going, what am I an embodiment of? What's my truth? And here's a few questions you can jot down to maybe go away and journal on. What do you stand for? What do you believe in? How are you or your business the solution? And how can you lead that movement? Because the things that are the most alive and important and valuable for you will come out in answering those 4 questions. So if you need to skip back, I would suggest doing that. It's a really powerful activity to do. I hope that helped. Once again, my inbox is open if you've got any questions. But I really do believe that if you went away and did the activity of X is what I do, Y is who I am as one of the formats, and I help who do what, how as the second format, you could literally do like 3 on each of the formats, right? And then just sit with them and figure out what feels good for you and what really could be clear and articulated really clearly and understood by your ideal client. And you've got something to go off that really is like an umbrella over your entire business. The very last thing I want to say about this is, much like your ideal client, you are not married to either of these formats, right? You could write an absolutely banging core offer statement with these and it feels really good for you now. And then in 6 to 12 months time, you could be like, I do not resonate with that one iota, and rewrite it, right? Because you are going to evolve. Your business is going to evolve. The customer base that you have is going to evolve. The person who you're helping is going to change over time, right? For example, Amazon didn't just start with selling everything under the sun. They started with books and they knew exactly who it was that they were speaking to. And over time that evolved. Most businesses should evolve over time, right? Because you don't want to just be offering the same thing over and over again. So over time, the person that you are here to help and serve will evolve. So don't worry too much about getting your core offer statement, your power statement, so perfect. Like, try it on for size. Go and put it on your Instagram. Go and do that today. Like, commit to doing it today. Go and change your bio and just see how it feels. If it feels terrible and it's not you, then you can change it. You know, you're not married to this, but it is good to do, because the more you can understand it, the more your person out there waiting to find you will know that you're the one. You know, they'll know that you're a match if you can be really, really clear in your communication. I hope that helped. I'm here for any questions. My biggest advice, which I always say to my team and the women that I mentor, is...
Before we wrap up this episode, I want to ask you a question. Do you remember how you discovered this podcast? Was it a friend's suggestion or an Instagram story, maybe a post? Somehow you found it, and I'm hoping you're getting a lot of value from it. I need your help now to pay it forward so that other women can feel seen, heard, nourished, and more than anything, empowered from these conversations too. Big love, back to the episode.
Don't just take this as a concept, go and actually do it, because it's just a concept and this is just a little episode that you listened to, unless you actually go and put it into action, like take action from what you're learning. Otherwise, it's just a waste of your time. I've enjoyed being with you, but I am a big stickler for actually putting the work in and doing what you say that you're going to do. So enjoy. Can't wait to hear from you. If you got any value from this episode, obviously share it with others that will also be able to take some value from it as well. And big love. I will see you in the next episode.